Hi, my name is Trey Smith. I am the apprentice for community experience here at Theater Square.
My name is Dexter J. Singleton. I am the Director of New Play Development and a Senior Artistic Associate here at Theater Square, as well as the Director of this year's Christmas Carol.
And this is Sit and Sip. Well, Dex, I am so excited to be here with you to do a sit and sip. So I know you as an amazing director. I also know that you have a theater company. And so it's cool to know that you have had so much success in your theater career. But can you talk to us a little bit about how you got there? So what's kind of been your theater trajectory?
Okay, yeah, sure. Thanks. So I got into theater by chance. I didn't grow up a theater kid. I didn't grow up watching a whole lot of theater as a child. Didn't know a lot of kids who participated in theater growing up. I was an athlete and always was really sports heavy kid. And that's kind of what I did on the daily and played sports in school and in high school. And I got into it by chance because, I think my second semester of my junior year in high school, I needed another credit for graduation, and I asked one of my boys. I said, "Hey man, what's an easy class that I can take for a credit to graduate?" And he said, "Man, I took theater. Take theater. It's pretty easy." So that was what I did. I said, "All right, cool, man." And so I signed up for the theater course and took it. And within a few months, the class changed my life. It gave me this sense of freedom that I never experienced. And I had this feeling that every time when I got up and performed and, did the work in class, it gave me this excitement, this energy that and it just, like I said, this feeling I just never felt before that was exciting. And I just wanted to, replicate that and just have that continue to happen. And that was where I started to really, surprisingly enough, fall in love with it. So much so that I decided to, my senior year, dedicate more time to it and, do more performing, that I stopped playing sports. And so I quit playing. I was playing on my school's baseball team at the time on varsity, and turned in my uniform, before the season started the next school year. And I told my coach, I said, brought my uniform to my coach after school one day, and I said, I'm quitting the team. And my coach goes, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm quitting it. I want to, do some theater and try to, see where that goes for me, and just explore that a little bit more my senior year." And he says, "Theater? You'll be back." And I said to him, I think I've fallen in love with it. I don't think I'm coming back. And I didn't go back. I went back to see a few games. I visited with my buddies and stuff like that here and there. And I did miss the camaraderie of sports, but that camaraderie was replaced in a lot of ways with what theater is, right? And being in the cast and getting to know each other, and the practices that were, rehearsals are the same as kind of like practices for sports. And so some of those same things that were exciting and fueled me in sports were also very exciting and translated well to the theater. The focus that you needed, how you needed to be dedicated to it, how you train your body and mind to be able to be on stage just like you would as an athlete preparing for a game or a season. So that was how that started for me. And then, I continued with it in college, and I tried to quit several times along the way when it got tough or things, the highs and lows of it. But I stuck with it over the years, and here I am now, 25 years as a professional artist in the business. When I got into it just by that buddy whose name I don't even remember anymore, said to me, "Hey, take the theater class, man, because it'll be easy." And who knew all this time I would be here and this many credits later.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. So we know you're directing A Christmas Carol here at Theater Squared, and this is not your first Theater Squared show to direct. You did Detroit 67, I think last season, and then you also did the elaborate Entrance of Tragedy,
Yep.
right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What have been some of your other favorite theater credits that you've directed?
Well, I loved both of those shows. I'm from Detroit, born and raised, and so to do Detroit 67, I also am an actor as well, and so, obviously, and so, I performed as Link in one of the first versions of Detroit 67, one of the first productions of it nationally, and so I was able to come back to that at Theater Squared as a director. I love Chad Deity because it combined my love of theater and pro wrestling. I'm a big pro wrestling fan, have been my whole life, and then before that I did the Royale, which was my first main stage show at Theater Squared. It was the year, just before the pandemic, and that was an incredible show, and that's one that out of all the stuff I've directed, people still talk to me about the Royale and their experience seeing it, where I get, I'm out on the street in Fayetteville and people go, oh, you did the Royale, right? Or in the lobby here. And so those have been really great experiences. But on top of that, I love Blood at the Root. I'm a big fan of Dominique Morisseau's work, Trey 67, Blood at the Root, other her work, and also The Mountaintop was also a favorite of mine too, which I know you have a relationship as well.
I did that. That was the first play I did in undergrad. Yeah. Cool.
So, I love Black work, and particularly the work of Black women writers, and have been a real big champion of that work. And so, theater that speaks to me as a Black person, that speaks to my community, that speaks to the history of Black people in this country, and always, weaving that with, social justice and social change, and moments where, we as a nation or as a people, need to step up and lead into the future. So,
right. Yeah.